Hey, it's me, Shantae, hopping on for a video today. Bars. So I was just listening to when watching, well, I'm driving, so this morning I've been listening to this video on YouTube about older women giving younger women advice. And I've done a video like this before, but I think I need to refresh because I have a different mindset, a little bit different mindset from even last year when I made the video. So again, the topic is advice that older women would give younger women. I don't consider myself an older woman. Am I older to some? Yeah, to a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, I am older, absolutely. I do not consider myself auntie because, bitch, where? I am an auntie to two beautiful little girls. Actually, no, I have another niece too. She's beautiful as well, and I have a nephew. And so basically, if I were talking to any of them, nieces and nephews, young people, okay, but primarily girls, my main piece of advice, and this is even talking to my younger self, I wish someone would have consistently shared this advice with me, to never settle. Things might seem good now and you're comfortable, but remember that comfort thing will fuck you over every time. It will. It'll screw you over. You'll be thinking that you've got a good thing and that everything is fine until it's not. And so, like life in general, you always got to be prepared for whatever. Like, that's just how life goes. Like, it just does. But without being hyper vigilant, you have to be able to be the same way with a man, you know. And for young men, for girls, because these girls are built different. They are. And some of it is good because they think differently, but some of it's not good because it's rooted in toxic masculinity and the patriarchy, right? It's unhealthy. But definitely letting young people know to not settle. And that is not just for relationships. As I said, comfort in life is just, it means that you're not growing. It means that you're stagnant. It means that you're not, it just means that you're stuck. And you don't ever want to be that, because you'll blink and you'll be 35. And you got that same job that you've been working at for 10 years, making 50 cents more than you were last year. And that's if they give you a raise. That's if you work for a company that does that, right? And so settling literally can be the death of you. It can literally be the death of you. Because if you're not growing, are you alive? You can't be. You're not alive if you're not growing. So that's number one. Number two, and I've said this before, but it's to always be working on yourself. That goes right along with not settling. It really does. Like, it's right next to it. Because when you are not working on yourself internally as well as externally, because you want to be a bad bitch too, right? You want to be the gym baddie. You want to be whatever. You want your external to be just as beautiful, but your internal is where it all starts. When you're truly doing the internal work, your external will start to change. The things that you used to find acceptable will no longer be acceptable. Those friends that don't show up for you in the way that they were supposed to show up, you recognize it quicker, you leave, you grow, you do what you got to do. You know, what's happening here? And you know, when you're young, friends and stuff and hanging out is so important. Having a social life is so important. It's important at any age. It really is. But the older you get and the more that life starts to life, if you have kids or you have pets or you have to take care of parents or whatever, those things become a determining factor on whether or not you have a social life. So along with making sure that you're not settling, making sure that you're always doing things to better yourself, making sure that you prioritize the things that make you happy. Traveling, go travel, go do the things that you want to do. If you plan on having children or you plan on having a family or you have a boyfriend or whatever, make sure that you're still doing things by yourself. Make sure you know what it is to be by yourself. Make sure that you actually value you, because when you put all of your everything into someone else, you will always be disappointed. Even you can disappoint yourself. You know what I mean? But when you know yourself and you truly love yourself, you can accept the disappointments and you move forward. It's a little bit harder to accept the disappointments, especially when it's consistent disappointments from another person. No, I don't know. It just depends. I'm only saying this because I have learned to not regret things. Do I still have things that I think like, damn, I should not have done that? Absolutely. But the majority of the time, I'm just like, well, it is what it is. Like, I did what I did. I said what I said. I didn't do what I didn't do. And it is what the fuck it is. I cannot change it. There's nothing I can do but ask God to grant me the serenity, right? That's it. So learning to live out loud and just don't worry about being cringe. That's another thing, is that young people cringe at the fact that even somebody my age says the word cringe. It's just like, why? When it's an actual word. It was a word before y'all started using it. Okay? But don't be afraid to do the cringe things. Like, actually, you being afraid of being cringe is more cringe than not being cringe. Actually. Because the time... Okay. I didn't know that was there. Okay. The time jump, the quantum leap from 20 to 36 is a blink. Like, I tell my kids this all the time. Like, you know, my daughter is the only person that doesn't really think that I'm like old. And it's just because there's something about me that she admires, and I appreciate that a lot, right? But my son, of course, he's a boy. He's 14. He'll be 15. Anytime I say anything, he just be thinking like, oh, shut up. Like, you're old. And it's like, it's crazy because I used to think the same thing when I was the same age. And my parents, my mom, my auntie, like, I thought that they were so old. I thought they were crusty. And it's just like, me being the exact age that they were 20 years ago, it's crazy. It's crazy. When I sit and I actually think about the fact that I literally, next year It will be 20 years that I graduated from fucking high school. Where and how? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it does not make sense. And so without making it fully about me, the advice that I would give my niece would be to do the cringe thing. You're not going to learn if you don't do anything. You got to make mistakes. So what you were cringe? So what you tripped in front of your friends or your crush or whatever? Like, do the things. It's better to have stories about the shit that you did that were cringe than to have no stories because you were too afraid. Life is short. And over the last few years, I have seen so many people that I care about. Over the last 5 years, I've seen loved ones. Yes, they were older, but like, it was crazy to see them go. Because even though I'm an adult now, I'm just like, but I'm just now becoming an adult. Like, why are you're not here anymore? And to also know that there are people that are my age that have passed away. Like, it's very sad, but it also is a constant reminder that life waits for no one. Do not settle for that dusty ass nigga or that dusty ass girl or that dusty ass stud. Don't settle for people that have dusty energy. And you'll know what the hell dusty energy is. Typically people who are not dusty, you know it. You know it. You know it when you see it. You know it when you experience it, because girls and guys can be fucking dusty. But those are just a few things that I would say to my niece or nephew that was asking for advice. A lot of times they're not going to ask, so I'm going to give it unsolicited, because they need to know. They need to know the importance of living life to the fullest, because it's not promised. They need to know that the time from being a teenager, even from 15 to 25, that is a crazy jump. You get there real fucking fast. Like, real fast. And then 25 to 35, that's real quick too. It's really crazy when you sit and think about it. So it's important to not waste time. Focus as much as you can. Have fun, but balance it out. And the best way to be able to do that is to focus on yourself. Don't be focused on, trying to have a family. I'm not going to say don't focus on having a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. Like, because relationships are important. They are. Because you learn a lot about yourself by being in relationships. You learn about what you don't like. You learn about what you do like. You learn a lot. But more so, you are learning about yourself. And so I'm not going to straight up say don't have relationships, but what I would just say is be aware and make sure that you have enough focus on yourself, that you're not just focusing on the relationship and spending all your time in the relationship. You've got to be able to do things separately. Let him go take a boys trip with his friend. Y'all go take a girls trip. Go do things without your partner. Learn how to do that, because it'll make y'all want to be around each other more. When you are, and I understand too, when it's new and you're young and all that and stuff, and all you want to do is punch all day, that's fine. But make sure that you have birth control. Make sure that you're not out here just busting it open, ready to get pregnant if that's what you don't want. And I would behoove of you to be careful of what the fuck you ask for, because you just might get it. You think it's cute to be a mom because your friend makes it look good, but she don't tell you about those sleepless nights when that baby is crying, or when the baby's daddy didn't come home, or when he's not talking to her nice, or when he lost his job on purpose because he didn't want to work no more, or when things are just not working out. It gets really fucking hard. Even if you do have a good partner, y'all still will come on hard times, whether it's financially or health-wise or anything. You have to know yourself. And when you are in a relationship and you decide to have children and you decide to have children before you're mentally ready and before you mentally understand what it really takes to have children and have a family, you will grow resentful of your partner. You will grow resentful even of your children. Maybe not all the time, but you will look at them little motherfuckers and be like, what the fuck did I do? I'm only speaking from experience. I love my children. I will do anything for my children. I will lay my life down for my children. Do you hear me? Especially while they need me. Okay? Now when they get older, you on your own. No, I'm just playing. But my children are my children. But I did not know what being a mom really meant until I had my fourth baby. Mind you, I was 33? That was almost 3 years ago that I had my last baby. And I did not know. It was like I was just having kids and just winging it across all areas, within the relationship, with the children's father, within myself, because I had no idea what the fuck I wanted to do with my life. I started things and stopped and started and redid and rerouted and all kinds of shit. And I'm not going to say that you cannot accomplish things when you have kids, but it definitely makes it way harder, because you have to be responsible for them while you're trying to be responsible for yourself. And if you want to go to school for something, and let's say while you're in school you're not going to get paid, you don't have a job, how are you going to provide for your child? I thank God that my mom had a home daycare. And so for the first basically 5 years of my oldest's life, he was in home daycare. And then we moved to a center. My mom and my aunt did it for a little bit together, and then my aunt just did it at the center. Harlem, like, my kids had never been to a regular daycare. My baby is the first baby that is in a regular daycare that's not family based, like not my family. That itself was a challenge, on top of paying for it. Okay? So it's like, I wonder if I had this experience with Brooklyn and Harlem, would I have with my babies, would I have chosen to continue to have babies? There, I had a little bit of ease. I really did. Now that I'm thinking about it, I did. But I always just want young people to live their life to the fullest. Go to the concerts. I have a coworker, I think he's 25. We have the same birthday. And yeah, I think he's 25. And he's from a small town. He moved here by himself. He's excelling in his career. He's always going to go see Lady Gaga. He's always going to concerts. He went to Vegas around, like, he's always traveling. He's always doing stuff. And when I tell you, I love to see that. It makes me so happy to know that he is experiencing life like this. That is what I want for young people. Even if concerts is not your thing, travel, hang out with friends, do the things that you want, do all the things that you love before you have to be a parent. So yeah, I think I've rambled enough. That would be my advice. That would be my advice. You can take what you want, leave the rest, take what resonates, leave the rest, or take it all, whatever you want. But that's that on that. I'll check y'all in the next one.